Gonna mulligan this. Oh, because I talked crap on Frost Titans. Keep this, put back Inferno. Bestowed the rat. Oh, right. I think I'm just trying to get you to take your rightful throne. Alright, the one land that taps for red, only red in the deck, and Archmage's Charm. Classic. Also playing against Luris, kind of scary. Yeah, we tried Jeskai with Sun Titan before. This deck started off as like Teamer with Field of the Dead and Primeval Titan before, and that deck was pretty good. You know, I actually am going to shock here, so if my opponent plays Scourge next turn, we get to stomp it. And I'll go ahead and stomp them. I know that they're a Shadow deck, but I think we're pretty likely to win this game by burning them out. And if I don't draw... I don't know if I'm going to play Bonecrusher or hold up Charm next turn. But I want to give myself the option to full value Bonecrusher, I think. They cracked on my turn. I mean, if they have push, they have push, I think. What about the 3-drop that bolts when they target it? I don't know what that card is. Maybe tell me. I know I have skimmed every Modern Legal Giant, but there aren't very many that are good, and usually when I play Invasion of the Giant decks, half of the chat is suggesting just like unplayable, you know, goofy giants. No, don't. No. I guess we could actually just steal one, maybe. They also have to block here. Okay, I think I'll make it block one and then double bolt the other two, potentially. Crystalline Giant, isn't that the colorless one? So I can bolt the two shadows, or I could just try to kill them. Kind of a little more interested in just killing them. Especially because if I just draw a blue land, I can steal a shadow next turn. They take any... Yeah, I guess they don't have to take very much. The 4th Death Shadow? What a draw. I guess I'm just hoping to draw another bolt. What a crazy draw. We can still win if we draw Bonecrusher or Bolt. Yikes. What a tough start for like my janky Giants deck. Tough. Bonecrusher seems kind of bad in this matchup. I feel like I do want to keep in a couple Blood Moons. Yeah, let's submit this. Yeah, Shadow decks are really popular right now. I'd say that they are probably the 3rd most popular decks. All 4 Shadows. Ugh, so nasty. Yeah, Quakebreaker is not even playable in Standard. I know that that's probably, you know, what you're actually saying. I would love if this was a mulligan to 6. I could just put this on the bottom, but I think I'm still keeping. Charm is one of the best cards in the matchup too. Like, you can just win games by stealing a shadow. Put him also 4. Alright, maybe Destiny is swinging back in my favor. The first two, Heliod and Blue-Red Prowess, are the 2 most popular. Then Shadow variants. Then every other deck. Yeah, Kozilek just for mill. Mill is popular because it's good against Heliod right now. Or at least it's like kind of popular, I should say. So like I think if you feel that your deck has a bad mill matchup, you should play a sideboard card for it. If you don't feel like you have a bad mill matchup, you don't need to. Alright, that might just win us the game. Yeah, Blood Moon seems okay against their variant. way better on the play, of course. It's bottom here. You never respect Mill and you can't make me? Maybe I can't, but maybe Mill players can. Don't have a third blue source for the charm, but definitely Blood Mooning them. Can we draw an Inferno Titan, please? That'd be so awesome. And actually, Blood Moon plus Madcap is actually a lock, right? Like, how do they ever beat... How do they ever beat this? Sick. I mean, obviously, Gigi mulled to 4 there, so it's kind of tough to feel great about her spot. I think we don't want the third Blood Moon on the draw. Maybe we should have had the third Blood Moon on the play, though. I think we're just keeping our plan as is and praying to Klothys for a victory. I suppose we keep this. It's just kind of hard to mulligan in this matchup. I think I'm playing Awakening on turn 1. Well, I guess if I draw a land, I won't, but it is kind of nice to maybe not let them play a Scourge. Their deck is a much worse Scourge deck than Red-Black. They have way fewer ways to just deal damage on turn 1. My opponent's still thinking about their mulligan decision, maybe regretting getting burned by going to 4 in game 1. Does go to 6. Disciplined. Difficult 6, not one that's being snapped off here. Does keep 6. Yeah, just mull to 4 shadows again. Easy. They're thinking. I mean, Blood Moon plus Madcap is it's like almost just a hard lock against them. So I feel like they should be taking this Blood Moon, but obviously it depends on the contents of their hand. It depends on the contents of their heart. Depends on a lot of different things. They do take the Blood Moon. So if I draw a spell... Oh, I guess that spell means I'm not playing Awakening on turn 1. However, I'm also not going to fetch unless my opponent plays a creature. Just so I can try to make Scourge a dead card for as long as I can with a slow hand like this. Charm is a nice draw. Like, sometimes you just steal a shadow and win a game. Wait. Black? Gigi, there's no way Gigi casts Scourge into 20 life, right? Gigi's plays this deck all the time. This is Brutality. Or just mistapped mana. I remember when people first started picking up this deck, people would just cast Scourge against an opponent at 20 life all the time. It is a Brutality draining so that he can play Scourge. Yeah, Gigi's another streamer, Giglio, MTG. Streamer I like. Plays a lot of Jund Prowess these days. Used to play a lot of Ponza. Does take the charm. But they did mulligan on the play, and then we got another 2-for-1 here, so I don't feel too bad about that. Although, maybe I shouldn't have played this, because now I can't bolt a Scourge, which is a big deal. They definitely have Scourge if they drained there. Yeah. So let me just like not fetch right now. Awesome. Man, it feels good to be good. Hell yeah. Feels good to be good. So I have 2 cards left, and Lurrus is a companion. If they put Lurrus in their hand, we have Cryptic, but our opponent does know we have Cryptic. Yeah, definitely a good sign for us. How do I change difficulty settings? Just gotta download OBS. Or no, pray to Klothys. Worshipping Klothys is easy mode, and I encourage everyone to convert to the Church of Klothys. I'm gonna steal this if nothing else happens here. They have Lurrus mystery card, and then you say, no Veil of Summer, no Veil of Summer, no Veil of Summer, please Klothys, please, Destined, no Veil of Summer in my opponent's hand. Thank you, Klothys. Praise be to you. Cool. I think I'm gonna save the strand to Awakening Away. Why Clothis? We were playing Jund on Monday of this week, or maybe Tuesday, and we had like Clothis had no other action, and I told Clothis that if she would just win me this game, I would convert and worship her instead of Hazoret, who I have been worshipping for a while now. I think now I'm going to just cast this Awakening, get my second red source. Yeah, I'm not playing the land because I wanted Awakening Away the land, like I said, when I didn't play the land. Oh, punished. Guess not that punished. But it has Luris, 2 mystery cards. I'm gonna start Lavamancing them. Might just slam Inferno Titan next turn if I draw a land. Hard to kind of see that going wrong. I guess they could have like Trophy. Trophy would be pretty bad. And if we draw a land, we get to... Alright, I'll just go ahead and zap him again. I guess zapping is kind of bad with the Logic Knot. We've still got plenty of food. Yeah, they know about my Cryptic, so I don't think that our opponent's just going to jam anything into Cryptic. But top deck should favor us from this spot. I'm feeling pretty good about our spot. We also just have one more Blood Moon we could draw and end the game. Oh, we also have those in our deck. Yeah, I feel like I just have to let this go. I don't think I can let them resolve Luris here with no answer to it in my hand. It's definitely a good draw for them. I think that they take Cryptic, but they could take Inferno Titan. They could take Logic Knot maybe because it's like a little bit more of a flexible spell. Leaving the Inferno Titan in my hand while they like when I just need one land to slam it and they're at 5 after the Thoughtseize is a pretty dangerous spot to be in. You can't forsake your dog bomb. That's Hazoret. I mean, Hazoret and I had some, you know, Hazoret was good while I had an oath to uphold her temple, but I don't know. Clothis really pulled through for me, so I've forsaken my oath, I guess. Kroxa. Just discard Emperion, right? No, I don't think we want to Gust. You just discard the Emperion. Slam Titan. And Gigi has to have Trophy here, and in order for our opponent Gigi to also play Luris, they have to have land, Trophy, Luris is exactly their 3 cards. GG's. Alright. Beating Jund Shadow, which I feel like is one of this deck's worst matchups, so off to a good start. First match with the deck. No Luris reveal. This hand's honestly pretty close. We're at 25 land. Can we talk ourselves into keeping this? This hand's just the nuts if we rip a land in the top 2 and we have a bolt. Alright, let's mulligan. I think if the London mulligan weren't a thing, I'd keep that hand though. Do I have any MTG rivalries? No. The only person I'm competing against is myself, you know. There are lots of people that I root for and a lot of people that I like, but the only person I'm competing against is myself. Oh yeah, never mind. I have beef with Fran. I hate Fran. Just kidding. Yeah. No, I think the only person you should compete with yourself in Magic is yourself, you know. Getting better, improving, leveling up, improving your play, learning new things, learning new decks. So, yeah. Playing against Esper would be a fun matchup. Boring. Sorry. Yeah, Fran's brand is to start drama, stir up beef. Can you imagine keeping that one land hand against Esper control and ripping every single land in a row? Have I played versus Saffron Olive? Yeah, a couple times. I think. Yeah, I have. I remember I played against Saffron Olive when I was like testing out that blue-red emerge deck with a blue-green emerge deck with Fierce Empath to tutor up Elder Deep Fiend. And I played against both Todd Anderson and Saffron Olive in that one league I tested. And in that league, I like determined the deck was unplayable, but I had a couple cool turns, so people kept asking me about the deck. And I'm like, man, this is exactly why I test off stream. As someone who has never been involved with a community that has a heal, I don't understand the appeal of a heal. But to each their own. Man, having no typhoons stinks. What a good game of Magic. Nobody's cast a spell. Nobody's cast a spell. Good, clean Magic. I'm probably going to awaken away the bolts and just that. No, I'm not playing any Caverns. I think that's kind of hard to play Cavern and Blood Moon. Be pretty good here, though. I want to cycle a Cryptic. I think I'm kind of down. I'll cast the first and second spell of the game. Have I considered something like Thought Distortion and Esper for games like the Mirror, auto win board stall game? I mean, they're just not auto wins because of Planeswalkers. But I also think that you just don't really want to have sideboard cards that are dedicated for just control decks in Modern. At least that's usually been my philosophy. But also tap their castle, which is probably a mistake. Alright, I think I'll take a draw here. I have no idea who's favored in this matchup. It's been a really weird game. I could bounce my own Awakening. Probably don't want to do that. So I've got 2 Disputes, a Force, the 3rd Blood Moon, and the Kozilek to discard to hand size, because all our games are going to be like this. Why cycle Cryptic Command? You draw your turn, you have 7 cards. You can do a 3-mana up 1 turn later. I kind of thought there was no chance my opponent would fight over the Cryptic Command. Was one part of my thought process. I also cannot believe that they're casting this here. There's no way would they win the fight. I think I'm pretty happy to trade Cryptic for Mana Leak there, honestly. I know that it seems like you're not happy with that trade, but like Cryptic Commands are super unwieldy in this spot, and we need to hit lands or we're gonna lose. Like with 3 Cryptics in my hand, I'm just kind of happy to trade it for anything. Sorry, but I'm sure you're totally wrong. You've made that clear, and thank you for your comment. I think I want to force this. There's like almost no way that they can resolve a Planeswalker anyways. Windmill slam it, maybe. Remand my own Blood Moon here. Feel pretty good about that exchange. I don't think I'd be so bold without like double force in hand, but feeling pretty good about our spot. They can, I'm sure, get... I guess they don't actually have a way to get basic planes right now. It's kind of a big deal. If they have anything to fight over, they're gonna try to pick a fight right now while I'm tapped low. Lockhart gifting 5 subs. That's nice of you. The deck yesterday was super fun, as they always are. I'm just gonna fire off Cryptic here. Opponent might just have 3 removal spells in hand, although they've been doing a lot of scrying. Wait, why would they not cast up last turn? They put a card on the bottom. They're thinking. Five subs for Cryptic Command display, awesome. Is this Kaya's Guile? Why do I feel like this is Kaya's Guile? It's Esper Charm. Of course it's Esper Charm. No, it's Kaya's Guile. XO, my graveyard make a 1/1. Man, dude, we're so unlucky that they had Kaya's Guile. How are we supposed to beat that? Pretty sure we're playing the Awakening as a land. Maybe not. 1, 2, 3. 3, 7. Yeah, if we draw another land, we can play Inferno Titan with Charm up. It's kind of what I think. Kaya's Guile is just really bad in grindy matchups, but a good card otherwise. Yeah, Concede to Guile. I like that bit. I think it's a good bit. I mean, they can still cast most of their spells here. They also didn't seem to have another counter spell. It's probably fine to jam Inferno Titan here, right? We have logic. I mean, we don't have logic not for anything really up anymore, but it kind of seems fine. They might have another Kaya's Guile, I guess, but whatever. Nope. Alright, it should be game. Now that we have all these forces up. Alright. Game 1 of control mirrors like this are always super weird. I'm not sure exactly if this is a control deck, though. Kind of is. Pretty straightforward sideboard plan, though. You're bringing the third moon, the 2 disputes, the force. For the bolts. Maybe I have too many Inferno Titans, but whatever, I'll just slam them. Good luck, and say good luck to my opponent. Bring in the Kozilek. All right. You're right. Actually, I think it's like kind of fine to have Kozilek. Any thoughts on Spreading Seas with too many enchantments? I think it's too. I think like I found that it's hard to play too many than 4 2-mana cards that like cantrip. So like in Wildfire, you don't see me play like Wall of Omens. In Ephemerate, you don't see me play more than 4. Like I guess there's the Ice Fangs, but those are a bit better. But just like in control decks, you can't afford to play too many sorcery speed cards that just draw a card. You can play some, and like a lot of them generate a lot of value, like Invasion. But the more you play, the slower and worse your deck is. Keep. Put a Mole's on the play. Mulliganing on the play is also feels like it's just a death sentence in this matchup. In fact, it's even maybe possible to choose to be on the draw. Hard to say for sure. Got a confidence boost redemption. I feel like so the confidence boost is you're supposed to send me like a joke deck list that I'll tell you is perfect. But if you want me to give you some confidence, or if you're giving me some confidence, that's fine too. Planning to bring this to GPs once paper resumes. Give me your full and unbiased opinion. The innovation. Incredible. 4 of every different lightning bolt except for 2 of the revised. Perfect. And then I like the Sideboard Gemstone Caverns when you're on the draw. Really have no critiques of this deck list. Beautiful. The Mountain Split seems to be perfect as well. How to beat Leyline? You just simply be on the play and then control the board with the bolts and have them deck first. Power play? Dude, power play is like quietly the best card in Magic, maybe. We had power play in a powered cube, me and my friends, and we ended up. I took power play over every other card in that cube. I took power play over Black Lotus. I took power play over Soul Ring. It's a, for those of you, it's a conspiracy, which means you just start the game with it. No, sorry, no, not power play. Power play was not the one I took. I took power play very highly, but I actually took backup plan. Backup plan was better. Yeah, backup plan was the better one. That's right. Backup plan says you draw 2 7-card hands instead of like, you know, doing your normal mulligan decision, and you just get to pick one of those and put it into your hand. Yeah, backup plan was the really actually busted one. I think I'm gonna Awakening away this Inferno Titan. Did I list any of the Power 9 outside the top 9 most powerful cards in MTG? If so, why? I mean, obviously Time Twister is not really power anymore, you know? I think I'm going to wait a turn before I cast anything. Yeah, Time Twister is kind of, you know, just not there. Like Soul Ring or Mana Crypt probably deserve to be in the 9 more. Saddleback Lagak is also a big contender, although I'm even just kind of nervous to bring up Saddleback Lagak just because the community hates it so much because it's so powerful, and I'm worried that the chat's gonna devolve. Yeah, contract from below is also like much stronger than any other like any of the Power 9 by itself, but isn't like a real Magic card. I mean, I guess neither are conspiracies. Yeah, but contract, just like its effect if you ignore the ante is certainly more powerful than any other card. So I think I'm going to Remand the Esper Charm. This way I get to draw a card, and specifically that card is Force of Negation, so I should be able to win a fight over a Planeswalker here. Yeah, Contract for Blow is 1 mana, discard your hand, draw 7. Effectively, which is... Ever play with Ante? No, that's way before my time. Let's play a 1-mana Bonecrusher soon. I guess Blood Moon's not even that good in this spot. I guess I can cut them off of white spells. Nice. Good draw. Yeah, I think I'm just going to be down to play Blood Moon and not fight over it. Like, maybe I'll dispute a Cryptic Command, but... Yeah, I'll dispute a Cryptic Command, but I don't think I'm going to fight super hard over this. It's kind of hard not to do this. And cutting them off of white is pretty nice. White floating. Blue-white floating. So I have Disenchant. I think I'll just let Disenchant resolve. It's fine. Or Purge here. If we plan not to fight, we have shocked ourselves. Yeah, we need this extra mana for their turn. You know what I mean? It's like the reason we're not fighting is because we can't let them resolve a Planeswalker. So we should win here. They have to have 2 counter spells to win. Now they're down to 1 card. We get to 1 mana Bonecrusher. I guess we could also just rip Inferno Titan off the top, like a champion. Would take 2 if Bloodmoon resolves. I guess that's fair. Alright, they're down to 1 card. We're super ahead. I want to go... Stomping Snapcaster is a bit awkward if they have Cryptic Balance. I guess we can just stomp again. Stomp, 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 stomp. Wait, they didn't force the first one? Really? Alright, so they we win. We just counter whatever. They only drawing 1 card. We can counter whatever it is and just hit them for 8 next turn. If this deck 5-0s, would I call it a giant success? I think we could make that pun if we 5-0. We're about to be off to a 2-2 start with Fresh Brew, first league with the deck. Beating 2 of the best decks in the format, Jund Shadow and Esper Shadow. Or sorry, Jund Shadow and Esper Control. I guess not 2 of the very top decks, but keep. GG, Steve. Yeah. MTG bot pops the opponent's record up every game. Well, Bloodmoon's not looking great. I guess it will cut our opponent off of blue spells. It's not too bad. Definitely don't have any freebies this league. Did you see MTGO fish did a league with the Glorious Vengeance deck I played yesterday? Sweet 5-0. Well, I didn't 5-0 with it, but someone else did. I didn't see that Goldfish played it. But that's cool. The deck was really fun. It's a deck I recommend to people looking for something fresh and funky. Oh, Goldfish 5-0. That's awesome. Congrats. I lost playing for 5-0 with the deck, so probably pretty good if a couple of guys like me and Seth can just stumble our way into good results with the deck for the first time. Yeah, glad we have Madcap for this matchup. Trading Bolt for growth saved me 2 life. I mean, it's just so much better for us if they don't have the growth, of course, but... Like, that's why we main phase it, is because if they have growth, it's so much better for us to main phase the Bolt. Oh boy. That seems tough to beat here. And also tough to beat always. One on bottom, one on top. Maybe a land on top. Bolt would be a good draw. We do get to Inferno Titan next turn. I'm going to stomp their Swift Spear right now, though. I think I'm playing Steam Vents tapped. I can also play Awakening tapped. Good beats. Alright, they did put a card on top, so we'll see if that was a land. We'll also see if our life total becomes 0. Looks like they did put a land on top. Opponent thinking really hard if they want to cast their spells to kill me or not. Yeah, we're going to cut Blood Moons. We get to bring in the Madcap Experiment and the Disputes, which is kind of nice. Oh, do I cast Lava Dart here? Opponent has a spell as their last card too. I guess they just were trying to figure out the Vapor Snag line. I don't mean to throw shade. Probably doing something like this. Alright, Madcap, you win us a lot of matches. Time to win one more. Time to win one more. Yeah, Remand's not very good against prowess. Unless you like truly have other terrible cards to cut, you probably should cut them. Here are the cards you need for Urza's Cabin. Awesome. Very cool. Like, Remand is only good against Stormwing Entity. It doesn't line up well against any other card. Easy keep. Dang it. No! Sorry, guys. We can keep this. We have a second land in the Awakening. This hand is not great, but functional. Inmer, 2 months. Thank you for your resubscription. Appreciate you, buddy. Opponent keeps 7. Spiral of Canal, no 1-drop cast, so I'll play Invasion of the Giants. And I'll keep 1 Inferno Titan to go with the Invasion. We do need to find a land. We have 3 looks. Maybe more if we play the second Invasion next turn. They'll turn 2 Soulscar Mage. So maybe like trying to protect it from a burn spell. We did draw the land. So I think I'm just going to hold up Gust this turn, then slam Inferno Titan next turn. If they fetch end of turn, I'll Gust, or I'll just Gust any time in response to a fetch. What made me like Naruto so much? Well, I mean, I was a kid when I got into it, like most people who like Naruto, right? But also Naruto had like really good world building initially. He had lots of interesting characters, had an interesting, system for how its, combat worked. There's a lot to like, I think. There's a lot to like. But, that was initially the thing, me being a kid and thinking the show was cool. Well, I guess this line was bad against Pierce. But I guess what you're actually asking is, why is my channel themed like Naruto? You must love Naruto. But this is probably a little known fact. I've only told this story a handful of times. But the real reason is that me and my friends have a Naruto themed group chat where we're kind of there's like a lot of inside jokes and backstory as to how that happened, how that came about. But it's a reference to a group chat I have with my friends, where we like pick Hokages for each other. We're all Magic players, but it's all Naruto themed. I've heard a lot of my friends have recommended Jujutsu whatever the Kaisen show to me. I haven't seen it yet, but I've heard great things. All right, turn 4 Inferno Titan, looking pretty strong. I haven't seen season 4 of Attack on Titan yet. I do like the show. I plan on watching it at some point. It's Garbo? Well, agree to disagree. I like season 1. I didn't like season 2. I thought season 3 was great. And then I haven't seen season 4 yet. But I thought season 2 of Attack on Titan was not very good at all. I don't really remember very much of it. Manamorphose. Tap Spiral of Canal. Kind of weird that they would fire off the Manamorphose besides and not just Dragon Bolt here. I'm not sure. Because if they're gonna try to Stormwing Entity here, they lose their Sprite Dragon because it's live the staged. They double bolt my Inferno Titan. Wow. That was not on the list of things I expected to happen. I think I'm going to bottom the bolt to keep the charm. I guess I was probably supposed to fetch first. Alright, we're a little ahead here. A little ahead. Feeling good. I would love to win this game without showing my opponent the Madcap plan, although they might know that's in the deck. Alright, so I think that this means light up the stage, which I'll save my mana leak for here. Down to 2 cards in their hand. Alright, not the best draw. Would that Inferno Titan be considered a 4-for-1? 3-for-1, right? It get the mage, the 2 bolts, and the dragon. Oh yeah, losing the dragon too. Yes, I would consider that a 4-for-1. Yeah, if my opponent is at all a fan of the stream, you know, too bad for them, and also they probably have a guess, right? Maybe this is bad to run this into a possible Spell Pierce, but I also really want to cast this for 1 mana next turn, so I think it's fine. Up for conversation, probably. Like, maybe I just, don't stomp and still cast it for 1 mana. Draw 3 new cards. Alright, pretty good ones. That's one thing. Awakening decks also make the Madcap plan really good, I think. Now we're way ahead here. They do still have Lava Dart. They've got 1 card in their hand too. Don't really have a read as to what that is, but our hand's really strong and we're still at 9 life. I really would like to win this game without showing the Madcap. I don't know how much stock I'm supposed to put in on that, but... And if I draw Madcap, I'll cast it. But if I, Charm and I draw Inferno Titan plus Madcap, I'll just slam the Titan. Try to win with that. Alright, I'll go ahead and Awakening away Force of Negation Mana Leak, since these cards are not very strong at the moment. Okay. Maybe I could have kept the Force. Might be better than the average card. Do I want to make any changes going to game 3? I don't think so. I could see maybe playing, second Force over, the 3rd Inferno Titan on the draw. I'm hoping that this wins me a game. Mulligan. Easy. Alright, keep. We have a Madcap. We have a couple Stomps. 3 lands. Am I planning on bringing back Tiber Cabin soon? I feel like if I play Tiber Cabin again, or maybe I should say when I play Tiber Cabin again, I want to have new tech for it. I just don't have new tech. I did actually build a Sultai variant that I might try with Ibri and Cauldron Familiar. I think Teamer is probably going to be a bit better, but I just want to probably try to find some new tech before I play it again, as if I can just stumble and mutter and repeat myself, like any good streamer. My opponent does not have a mountain to dart here, so I'm just going to stomp main phase and hope they don't have a 0 mana spell. They do have a 0 mana spell. Good beats, I guess. Hopefully Madcap's coming down in time. It is nice that their Aether Gust is just going away. Yeah, I like the Teamer deck too. I think Sultai with Cauldron Familiar is interesting, especially if... I think it makes you get to play more Emrys. And you also have a lot of food generators anyways, and... you can mill it over with Emry, just fetch a cabin, get a Familiar back. Maybe that's good in a different metagame. A more burn-heavy metagame. Like, one thing I'm scared about with Heliod is, or the Urza deck is, it just has no way to beat Infinite Life, which is like just a bad thing I found. If your deck can't beat Infinite Life right now, it's a problem, I think. How do you come to play in this deck? Is it a dono? Someone 5-0'd with, you know, a very, very different shell, but kind of the same idea. Just playing a blue-red deck with Invasion of the Giants. Is it bad to stomp? Maybe I should just cast Bonecrusher. I don't know. Thought that they were unlikely to have another 0-mana spell. Unlikely we die, though, with them not having any mountains in play. Yeah, but I mostly just thought that this deck has some potential, and I also thought that this deck would be fun, so the combination of those two things made me want to play it today. Alright, so it looks like Madcap is going to hopefully be able to stabilize. If our opponent's last card in hand is an answer, we're doing okay, but they also didn't see it last game. Close cans. I want to keep. Bonecrusher's 2 spells, you know. Got a pretty mana-hungry hand. Or a deck, rather. Would Mana Link have saved me? No, we didn't have a line that saved us there, I think. I don't think so. Cycle Street Wraith. Cycle Street Wraith. Well, don't like keeping this hand against the discard deck, but also mulliganing against the discard deck is usually not advisable. Oh boy! Man, Modern has been so awesome lately. Modern is just awesome. You love Naruto, but it gets a bad rap as a surprising about. Yeah, I agree, Fluffy Face, that Naruto has a lot of complexity in a well-built world. I think that, you know, at least in my opinion, it does, like, not take full advantage of its potential, of its, like, good storytelling ability and potential. You know, I think it has a lot of squandered potential, you know. It has a lot of good world building that, and a lot of plot lines that it just doesn't really follow through on. There are a lot of plot holes. But, you know, it's easy to be the most critical of the things that you love, and I think, you know, maybe even the way the Magic community reacts to literally anything and everything Wizards does is a good example of that. Flameblade Adept is such a crazy card. Card is so good. Well, I'm not that interested in using a Spell Snare on Bloodghast. Yeah, I think it's like super evident by how, like, I get asked every single day, how badly do you think Horizons is going to screw up Modern? How badly do you, a set that nobody's seen? Every single day. I get asked by people whose favorite hobby is Magic, probably. People who are afraid to hope for anything nice or good in this world. But Modern's sweet. There's a good chance Horizon's going to be sweet. You know, I don't know. Yeah, I see the Jacob's in chat. I feel like, I don't know if Jacob just lurks all the time, or if Jacob, every time I play blue-red, Jacob actually clicks on the stream, but I'm always glad to have Jacob in chat. Yeah, I think I'm going to steal a Flameblade Adept and then block a Bloodghast here. Flameblade Adept is a really, really good card. How much do you think Horizons will be improved Modern? I honestly obviously I have no idea to that either, but I have high hopes that it's going to be full of, you know, interesting and balanced cards to brew around. I really, really hope that that's the case. If I could have any ETB ability, what would it be? To end banlist conversations. Wow, block and concession. Sick. When Aspiring Spike enters the battlefield, nobody asks him about bans for the next 10 minutes. They're an Ox of Ognas deck, so Remand is kind of good against that card, but it's not that good against anything else. I think I want 3 Force of Negation. I think I want all the Inferno Titans. That card seems really hard for them to beat. Curve's getting pretty high, though, I guess. I guess we can maybe trim a Cryptic. Remands. Bonecrusher? I guess Bonecrusher just blocks Hollow One. Alright, I'll trim a Titan. Yeah, Kozilek is just for the mill matchup. Mill is popular enough that I think if you think that you have a bad matchup, you should have a sideboard card for it. And then your matchup all of a sudden becomes good if you just have a sideboard card for it. And Mill is popular right now because it beats Heliod. It actually has a really good Heliod matchup. So if you are tired of Heliod and your brother has Heliod and you're trying to figure out how to beat your brother in a game of Magic the Gathering, I would recommend Mill. Yeah, Last Horizon's really, really well. Wizards has for sure shown their interest in balance, not power, spiking new cards to sell packs for Daddy Hasbro. Yeah, I kind of hope that they've learned their lesson. I mean, also Horizons has like 2 bannable cards in it and like maybe 2 cards that are like debatably poorly designed. All right. So I feel like that's a bit of an overreaction where like Hogak and Astrolabe were fucked up cards. And then like Urza and Plague Engineer and Rin and 6 were probably a little too pushed, but to think that Wizards can't like, learn their lessons a bit and like not let like 5 cards slip through the cracks. Or even if there's just like cards like Plague Engineer, Rin and 6 and Urza that aren't too good, just like a little too pushed, that's also just fine. Well, easy match. Yeah, it's just just Astrolabe and Hogak actually from Horizons. Like, I don't know. I mean, that makes way less sense to me than the reality that they just made a design mistake, Is an Engineer Plague okay, or is it specifically the Engineer effect on a creature? It's like it's the fact that the effect is not symmetrical is the problem, I think. The fact that like the tribal decks get to play him too is like a big problem. It's like it's a lot more powerful than Engineered Plague, and the fact that it's not symmetrical is like one of the big design flaws, I think. And the fact that it's like it could also like have 1 toughness and be better, just like a little pushed. And there are also like tons of sweet cards from Horizons. Like overall, I think Horizons was a good set for Modern. Yeah, never attribute to malice, which can be equated to stupidity. Exactly. My opponent's mulliganing to 3. Wow. Force of Negation is arguably a design mistake to sell packs. I think you could argue that, but I also think Force of Negation was like the best card to ever be printed into Modern. I think it was like Force of Negation being printed to Modern, I think was an amazing thing, but you can argue about it, I guess. So probably Tron. Yeah, Chromatic Sphere here. The fact that Image 1 did also have no yeah, Image 1 had like no like crazy reprints like Image 2 has fetch lands in it, and like that's just honestly like more of a cash grab than anything else. But also and it's also like a super free cash grab because players just lose their mind every time fetch lands are reprinted. And I get it, but I liked Horizons. If anything, it was like the standard cards that were making it, that were like the problems, right? It was like Uro and Field of the Dead and Omnath to some degree. I think it's just enemy fetches out of Horizons too. I'm gonna hold the bolts here. Now we get the Slam Inferno Titan. My opponent can't Tron. I think we're going to win game 1. This league is going super well. Obviously, like, these last 2 matches have been way easier than the first 3. But I also feel like we got super unlucky to lose that match 3. That was so nuts. You just cast a turn 6 Titan. Honestly, I wouldn't. It would be not unreasonable for our opponent to concede the match here. I would get it. Just mold a 4. Your opponent just cast an Inferno Titan for 6. I think I like Gust more than Bolts still. Yeah. We don't know any cards from MH2, but I'm just kind of complaining because I get asked usually like at least once or twice a day, hey, how bad do you think Horizons 2 is going to screw up Modern, you know? And I get it, you guys are afraid to hope or want anything or have any, you know, you're afraid to, you know, let your heart be open to a format being fun and good because you've been hurt so many times before. I understand. I totally understand, but maybe, just maybe, we can complain about things after we see them, and then our complaints will hold more value. Bold just for down to Karn and Wormcoil Thragtusk. I think Aether Gust is better to hit Veil of Summer, Ancient Stirrings, and Sylvan Scrying, but neither card is good. So it's like, I think if you think that Bolt is better than Gust, you're totally right to think, or like you're within your rights to think that. I think that that's a fine thing. You could even say a split of 1-1 is good, because like those are the worst cards in the matchup. Gust is also a blue card for Force, which is nice. We have 4 Force in our deck post board, but I could see either choice being good. You're not complaining, but you're wary. I get it. I really do understand. How bad do you think MTGO would make Miss Up Horizon Block Constructed? I would love for them to bring back Block Constructed. Block Constructed was an awesome format. I never really got to be that into it, but I always loved watching those tournaments. I think we keep. Maybe this hand's a little too slow. No Force, no Blood Moon. Against the Tron opponent who kept 7. I guess I shouldn't have fetched Island now. Do I play Invasion? I think I'm supposed to hold up Mana Leak for a turn. And just rip a Blood Moon off the top. Yikes. I mean, the only way Block Constructed... I mean, the way that they're doing sets now... Block Constructed can't exist, right? Which stinks. But yeah, the way they're doing sets, Block Constructed can't really exist. Because they're not staying on a plane for 3 sets anymore, which is fine, I get it. I just liked Block Constructed. Might be better to 104.3A here. Also might have been better to just play Bonecrusher Giant. Let's just go to game 3. I don't know what I was really looking for. Probably a better hand, huh? Alright. Couple of not really competitive games this match. Yeah, I like the blue-red dragons deck too. I probably like it a bit more than this one, but at least this league has been pretty cool. I think that the 4 Inferno Titans is probably one or two too many. I think that this deck could probably afford to cut the 4th Inferno Titan. I'm also not sure if the Craters is good, but I think it was a cool suggestion. A card that I like. Yearly Block Constructed? Maybe. Probably just better to focus on Standard. Hey, is anybody playing Standard? Is Standard good right now? I haven't played Standard since like the release event, I guess. I remember people that were liking it a lot at the beginning, and I haven't heard much about it lately like it usually goes. It's pretty good. It's good to hear. I think standard being good is like one of the most important things for Magic to succeed. Alright, so I think we're playing Awakening on turn 1 so we can fetch Island off the Tarn. Charm might be a little hard to cast. Meta is good, gameplay is merely medium. Yeah, standard is just so hard to balance. But all the standard players in the chat, I'm rooting for you. Alright, another fetch land was good this turn, not good the rest of this game, probably. There we go. Ton of decks popping in and out. That's cool. That's good. People are sick of adventures. Yeah, Eldraine was... Eldraine was a really cool set, but boy, were there a lot of design mistakes. You will live. Blood Moon, you're going... No. Are you just going to snap off this map? Alright. Stealing the map also gives us land number 6 for Inferno Titan. Neutron, please. One time. I think we flew too close to the sun, guys. You have married an Icarus. He has flown too close to the sun. You and your words. What are we hoping happens this game? Opponent casts Karn Liberated with no Veil of Summer somehow, and we get to mana leak it. I really thought we could win one of these sideboard games. Alright, that's Karn Liberated. Okay. Wish granted, baby. We get to, we're back in it. Come on. We get to nug this down to 7 or 9. 9, and then we get to hit it down to 6, and then they can trade it for with Inferno Titan. But then the Ugin's, it's off the table, and we didn't draw a blue card for the Force. But if our opponent is out of threats, we could actually win this game. We got a chance. We got a chance. Whoa, whoa. We're 2% of the way there. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Living on a prayer to Klothys. Klothys, please. Please have it be my destiny to 4-1 this league. I haven't asked you for anything today. I haven't asked for anything today, Klothys. I just want one game win here. Klothys is probably sick of me by now. I'm just asking for free wins every single match. Might have to convert. Pick a different god. I was just joking. I didn't mean that. I didn't mean that, Klothys. Do we have any other MTG gods in the chat, though? Just wondering. Alright, -6 Ugin. And they're tapping their mana, which I don't like. Wormcoil Engine. Well, that's not beatable. Oh, they also have Karn. Alright. Pray to Niv. Is Niv? I don't think Niv's a god anymore. Or ever was. He's something, though.